country mile.
Yeah, but I mean, we both had great records in terms of picking games.
No one questions our records, dogface. Dress up and move out. Listen, anyway, we're back, segment 2. It is a wet my whistle Wednesday. And if there was ever a need for weed, it's now. But anyway, that is Redondo One Thomas James. I had a question about Andre Metro. Segment 2, we have wild card weekend. You know what? Now that the college football has a true playoff and you have the NFL, think about this is awesome. This is just awesome shit. If you're a football fan, this is awesome.
The Final
shit.
Four leads into wild card weekend.
This is awesome. This is just, you can't. This is awesome.
Now, it probably won't always end up like this because
they go to 16.
Yeah, but I mean, based on where New Year's and Christmas are,
they'll figure it out.
Like,
if they have to start a week earlier or a week later, they can do that. These kids are fucking not.
Well, I mean, dude, if New Year's Eve had been on a Saturday, I think these games would be on the same day.
At least we had a game though, New Year's Eve. I still wish it was Notre Dame, Georgia, but it was good. Brian,
it was a decent
game. Boys stayed home with them for a while.
It allowed us to stand by the TV for 3 hours.
And it was warm that night, too.
Yeah,
that was perfect.
Nice.
It's like in the low 60s. It's not this shit. Like, it's amazing. That was just 6 days ago. We went from the 60s to fucking 15. Like, in about 6 days. It's fucking crazy. 7 days. It was actually a week ago.
Yeah,
so,
snow and ice and shit.
Fucking crazy. Crazy shit. So anyway.
But that's also the cool part about Virginia.
Yeah, it is. It won't last long.
Because at least we got that warm night on New Year's, you know.
Oh, it was great. And we got some snow. The kids are all got to play in the snow. A little bit of, not bad. Anyway, wild card weekend. Tommy and I are going to break down these games. The new season is upon us. Can anyone stop the Chiefs? Lions getting healthy. And. Who the fuck is going to start a quarterback for the Steelers? I mean, so there's a lot going on. Can the tech...
Can't change now, can they?
Yeah. Mike Tomlin can do whatever he wants.
That'd be risky going into the playoffs.
Well, is Russell Wilson playing well?
No, but he hasn't been playing well for 4 or 5 weeks.
They've lost 3 out of their last 4. I'm saying if you're going to make a change, I don't think anybody would question it.
Probably should have done it last week, though.
Look, the guy that's there was a starter for 2 years.
Right.
He just doesn't lack experience.
But it's kind of
fear,
like,
I might add.
But it almost feels like, did the same thing happen to him at the end of his stint? Or was he playing well when they subbed in Russell?
I don't know.
I
thought
winning.
he was injured.
They were winning.
Did he get injured first?
I didn't think
so.
And
then they had to put him in, and then he was like, I was stay with him. He's winning.
Maybe.
I don't remember, but the bottom line is if they have to go to that kid, that's not a bad option. He's a proven quarterback, and he's young. He's young, he's fearless, he's mobile. I'll tell you right now, this kid can run too, by the way. If I were...
Russell Wilson can't really
He's not the runner this kid is. If I were the Ravens, I'd be praying it's Russell Wilson and not this kid, because this is the unknown. This is why Josh Allen, all these guys that are dual threats, Lamar Jackson is so dangerous, because they have the ability to change the game with their legs.
When shit breaks down, the play is not over.
And the kid, the backup here, what's his name again? The kid, he's Ohio State.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. This kid that's what he is. That is what he is. He's a wild card. And when you have to account for the 11th man in the running game, that is a problem. It's a problem. So
dude, the most he's been used over the past month, they bring him in on like a 4th and 1 play in the 4th quarter to like seal the deal. And he runs to the outside and gets it.
If I'm Mike Tomlin, because again, you're on the road. No one expects this. A lot of people picking these guys to go to the Super Bowl. You got nothing to lose here. I'd have this kid in my game plan, to your point, in the backfield at quarterback as well. Move him all over the place. Because Baltimore hasn't seen that. Mm-hmm. And again, don't say nothing, because you don't got to list him on the report. He's not the starting quarterback.
Whatever they do, and in order to do this, they are going to need him. They've got to get creative on fucking offense.
And who better than a kid who can run it and throw it?
I feel like that's been Pittsburgh's problem for a while.
Pittsburgh hasn't shown this option all year long. If not now, when?
Never, because somebody else will pick him up next year. The Giants might pick him up next year.
And look, if Mike Tomlin was saving this for the postseason, then he's a smarter man than Bill Belichick. But the thing is, you need to do this now.
Yeah.
This isn't, we'll see how this week goes. No, you won't. Because if you don't do it, you have no prayer in hell of winning this football game. None. Zero. Zip.
Snowball's chance?
Not even. And I don't care if that snowball was frozen with moose piss. Okay?
What? You think moose piss can freeze?
What was I saying about the kids the other day? Your wife, Casey, was all
The
worried about
yellow
the kids
snow.
eating snow. I said, just make sure it's not yellow.
We already told them.
What I'm saying is mooses urinate so, in the snow. And I imagine if it freezes, it's probably got quite a staying power.
I just wonder if piss can freeze.
Of course it can. It's a liquid. All liquid can freeze.
No, alcohol can't freeze.
Piss ain't alcohol. No, oh, you could be pissing alcohol. That would be different. Is the moose drunk?
Without a doubt.
The moose-
Crushing eggnog.
He was
all
stumbling
week.
over from the bar.
The whiskey eggnog he's drinking.
That fucking moose closes things down. Okay, over at Lumberjack Joe's
He
there on a
goes to
Friday.
3 AA meetings a week.
Yeah.
And he still drinks.
Anyway, the point is, no. If Pittsburgh does not get this kid into the game plan significantly, I'm not talking one play in the first half. One
I
play.
kind
No,
of
no,
like
no,
this
no.
angle of this game.
It's Pittsburgh's only chance. Let's be honest.
Well,
barring an injury to
But see,
Lamar Jackson.
I don't know if something like that were to happen. I would see it like Russell Wilson throws like a pick or two in the first quarter, and they go, "All right, we gotta do something."
If Pittsburgh was smart, they'd have a game plan for them to be on the field together. If they're smart, because it's the only fucking realistic chance you have.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying you can't hang with them. You got an elite defense. You know them. Division games can be,
is
but
division.
you're not going to beat them without, to his point, coming up with something creative. You've got the guy on the roster. It's not like you have to. You can do this.
Did they play earlier this year?
They played twice already.
And
Pittsburgh won 18-16 because Baltimore coughed it up 3 times, and then Baltimore bent them over the last time they played them, 34-17. And it
So
wasn't.
which one do you think is a more realistic
The second one.
second one?
I'm not hoping Baltimore turns the ball over 3 times again.
Yeah.
That's if you're hoping for that. Good luck. And you're going to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So to me,
And if any year was the year for Baltimore,
it's now they're
It's
loaded.
with
This
Derrick
is
Henry.
this is the most talented offense Baltimore has had, I think, in my lifetime. It is.
dude, their
In
running
my
game has
lifetime.
always been amazing because of Lamar. But add a
Derrick
real
Henry
running
is
back. Oh,
this
man.
generation's Earl Campbell.
Yeah.
And you put him with I told you when the season started, I've never seen a backfield like this
Yeah.
in NFL history. Not like this. So man.
And then the tight ends.
The two of them, Lively is nasty.
Yeah.
That kid is nasty.
Likely.
Zay Flowers, BC baby, made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. He's hurt though.
I know, but
That sucks for them.
it does.
He's a good receiver.
He made the Pro Bowl. Yes, he's a very good receiver.
Yeah.
Another one you missed, Belichick. Anyway, but the point is, Pittsburgh's the one thing that we have not seen in these 2 games so far between these two. We haven't seen the Justin Fields, what's his name, Watson on the court on the field at the same time. We haven't seen it,
Yeah.
not once. So at least I haven't. So I would have, if your coordinator is thinking out of the box here, you should have like at least a whole sheet of 15 plays to run with these two on the court together. 15.
That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah. If this guy, because news for you, Baltimore wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And even if they did, they don't know what the plays look like because you haven't done it all yet. So they don't even have a video on it. Well, they don't know what you're going to do.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't think that's going to happen. I think Baltimore's going to win.
Oh, I don't think it's going to happen either. But I think it should.
No, I
because if it
agree.
should, Pittsburgh might have a snowball's
No,
chance.
I think
in hell.
that's a great angle on this
So-
game because going into it, I was just kind of like,
It's the only
Ravens
thing
are
that
gonna win.
this is the one button they haven't pushed.
yeah,
And if you, like I said, if you're not going to do it now,
you're not going to get a chance.
yeah, you're not going to get a chance to do it. So I mean, why not now? No one's seen it. 15 plays. That's not a lot. Because you can run 7 to the left and 7 to the right. It's not. It could be the same play, just going the other way, and then you have 1 or 2 really screwy, like a flea flick or something, nothing like that. You can do this in
where
1 week.
You have Wilson fly out to the receiver spot.
Yeah.
And Fields throws it over to him, and you can do all sorts of
The
crazy
Patriots against the Baltimore Ravens. By the way, the Ravens have seen this in the past. Brady throws a lateral to Julian Edelman, who's a college quarterback, and he throws a touchdown pass in the playoff game. So I'm not making it
That's
up.
some Detroit Lions shit.
I'm saying, yeah, they got it from the Patriots. So I'm like, I'm not making it up.
But Campbell, he'll do some funky shit.
Yes, he will. He's a gambler. So to me, this is the one card that Tomlin has to play. If he doesn't play it, I mean, every year this happens.
What'd you think of the fake stumble play that Detroit did? People were raving about that. Did you see it?
I did.
What'd you think?
I haven't seen it. So for creativity purposes, yep. All day.
A plus.
A plus. That's like it wasn't so much that it was something. It's just no one had seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't, because you don't, you're like, what
It's
the
like
fuck is
they
happening?
put some acting.
Yeah,
into
exactly.
It,
Like
crazy.
what the hell is happening? Like, you haven't seen it before. You're not ready for it. So it's like, and that's the Detroit. Yeah, that's him. You know, they've got No, absolutely. They should ramp it.
I think you could try that on like handoffs too.
You can do it, yeah. But the
You
thing
know what I'm
is,
saying? Like we hand the ball off, and then the quarterback acts like he's stumbling with the ball.
Yeah, with
so they go to him.
with the thing about it is the Steelers have a guy they can do all this kind of shit
Some
with.
gadget shit. Yeah.
So you've got to start. You have to, when you can put. I'm just saying.
Go Gadget Fields.
I'd rather watch Pittsburgh lose a 27-21 game, and that kid comes in and throws a touchdown and runs one or throws one to Russell, whatever the fuck happens, than watch them do nothing and get blown out 41-10. I think everybody would agree with me on that. Okay, so I'm with him. Baltimore's winning that game unless they open up the playbook or create a little, like I said, 15 pages for those two and see what happens. The other game that day is the Chargers are going to the Texans. This is the one
That's the early game?
This is the early game. This is the one we thought they should flip and have it in prime time.
So we're both saying Ravens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We are.
Chargers and Texans.
In Houston,
The 4:30 game.
which I think should be. I think you were right about this. I think it should be the night game.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't like what the Texans.
I have been. I don't. But every time I look at the Chargers roster, I'm like, what about it other than the quarterback really scares you? It's like
Jim Harbaugh. I think he's an X factor for that team.
he got to the Super Bowl, but he didn't win it.
Won a national championship.
He did.
Did he ever win at Stanford? They were good at
They
Stanford.
were good at Stanford. He was good.
I mean,
He
it seems like he's
been successful everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
The man can coach.
I
know
think-
that.
I think there
I just
comes
don't know
a-
where I put him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
no,
he
that's
can coach. I just know where I put him.
well. Also, his resume's not done. He's
No.
still, he's got
No,
time.
But I mean, he'd been to the Super Bowl with the Niners, and then he goes to college. He wins a national title. He goes to Stanford, does well, gets the job at Michigan, and breaks that, that curse,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And they went through Ohio State to do it, which made it even better. For
but
Michigan,
then he pulled the Calipari.
pulled the caliper.
He pulled the Calipari, the Calvin Sampson.
They were closing in at the gates, and he got out
Right.
of Dodge.
Yeah. The Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
They've all.
Hey, get a little hot around here.
Sanctions are coming.
Where's my parachute?
Adios.
Where's my parachute? I'm jumping off this.
Au revoir. Ciao. Not even that.
Yeah, seriously. So it's as opposed to the coaches that get caught, and they're like the guy on the Titanic in Time Bandits,
Yeah.
where they're like, Randall, we're in the mid, because they jumped back in time and they landed on the Titanic right before it hit the iceberg.
Dude.
He goes, waiter, more champagne. He goes, ice. He goes, and plenty of ice. And then bang, they hit the iceberg.
I have to say, I think the Chargers are going to win this game.
I do.
There's something now. The Texans just lost Tank Dell. That's a shitty loss for them.
They're down
because
two
they're already
stud
down
receivers.
Steph
Diggs was having a Pro
Yeah.
Bowl. Everybody forgets where Diggs was when he got hurt. That was a big loss.
So they still have Nico Collins. I think there's another guy there too.
Yeah, but he's not those two.
No, that hurts them. And I mean,
I
they
think
got Mixon's been
Harbaugh,
good
the
for them.
coaching advantage, I think, is Harbaugh. That's the other thing. What I was trying to say was when you look at the Chargers roster, nothing about it really scares you.
Yeah.
But then I said the quarterback, and then he said the coach, and that's what I was alluding at.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, I think San Diego is. I mean, they'll always be San Diego. I can't stand this. That's why the Chargers to me are going to prevail in this game. It's going to be close, I think.
Oh, you're right. L.A. Chargers.
LA Chargers.
Yeah, that's just doesn't.
I love SoFi Stadium. I love it. I can't.
true.
We need to go out and see it. But anyway, the point. I have plenty of time now. We need to go. Anyway,
to be
we
flying
should
to LA.
We should do a road trip, like Smokey and the Bandit, and then when they went to smuggle the
We'll
beer.
be back in a month.
Yeah, we're going to smuggle marijuana across state lines. It's legal in Austin, you dickhead. That'd be a funny movie. Like Harold and Kumar, but it'd be RJ and Tommy smuggle weed across America.
That's the new role.
And the whole movie they're stoned, don't realize that it's legal until the end when somebody tells them. You broke all those rules.
Where you were living, it was legal.
Do you know all those rules you broke for nothing?
All right, so you're taking San Diego too?
Yes, and LA. I'm taking them both.
All right.
So Sunday,
Next game is Bills
Broncos.
Broncos.
You know,
Sean Payton.
I would love to see Denver win this game because I can't stand the Buffalo coach either. But because he thinks he's Bill Belichick and he's not.
Dude, have you heard the thing where he said the thing about the 9/11 terrorists?
No, I have not.
You haven't heard that?
No.
It's kind of crazy and funny all at the same time.
It's crazy and funny.
Like, he was talking to his team about like teamwork and being in sync, and he was like, you know, comparing what they should be like the 9/11 attackers. Yes, dude.
He said that?
Yes, man. It was crazy. He had to come
Can I
out.
YouTube this?
Yes. No. So you can't see it, but it was reported that he did it.
Who reported?
Like, it was like, I mean, it's
on
all over
ESPN
the
and
internet.
everything?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take your word.
Like, he had to come out and apologize and make a statement.
Well, they definitely did it.
So let me see. So it's, what is it, McDermott?
It's not Sean. Is it Sean McDermott or Jim McDermott? Just Google Buffalo Bills head coach.
I'm saying McDermott 9/11 scandal.
9/11 scandal. Like he was the one. Son of a bitch. That son of a bitch greased out. I know it was him. I know it was him.
He didn't come to work that day.
Sir, he was out on the West Coast preparing for a game against Oakland. I don't care. He found his way back.
Oh my God, I don't get a good signal. Oh yeah. An emotional Buffalo Bills coach. Oh shit, I lost fucking signal.
How did you do that?
I don't get good connection down here for some
Really?
reason.
That's
Yeah.
weird. My phone's fine. Strange.
You should Google it.
I'll do it later. I'm trying to keep my hands warm. Anyway, look at
McDermott acknowledged regret on Thursday for crediting the 9/11 hijackers for their coordination during a team meeting 4 years ago.
Jesus Christ. Fucking donkey.
McDermott had cited the hijackers while stressing the importance of communication. Oh my God, this is on NFL.com.
You gotta be shitting me. He's that stupid? Wow. Well, that's why I got reported, because it's stupid. It's just like,
Upon realizing how his message was being interpreted,
Duh.
McDermott said he called a second team meeting an hour later to apologize to his players.
Man.
Not only was 9/11 a horrific event in our country's history, but a day that I lost a good family friend. As I mentioned to the team then, that I regretted and apologized for me not doing a good enough job of communicating my point.
No, not at all. That's Donald Trump type stupidity right there.
McDermott did not dispute what was reported about his comments during the meeting. So somebody basically told on him,
Yeah,
I think.
because they're going to say, like, you believe this fucking knucklehead said?
You hear what this motherfucker said?
Yeah.
He first became aware of the report through the team's VP of communication.
Ooh.
Felt necessary to address the
So he
subject.
never found the source.
When Derek shared this particular piece, I said, stop right there because this is important to me.
I want to clarify what a donkey I am.
If anyone misinterpreted or didn't understand my message, I apologize. I didn't do a good enough job of communicating clearly the intent of my message, relating what he told his players in 2019. I felt it was important then, and I still feel like it's important.
And yet.
You know what that's like? Like, I've heard people call Hitler like a mastermind, and I'm like, let's not compliment a fucking psycho terrorizing fuck, you know?
Hitler's generals tried to kill him.
He's a psychotic fucking piece of
He
shit.
He is not someone to be.
Oh, he was a great general.
Yeah, no one. This is not someone to be admired.
No.
He tried to wipe out entire, race of people, like fucking,
and more.
And he might have, had we not, the world not come together when it did. Thank God. But because this could be a very different world right now if we hadn't. So the point is that
How
is
did
not.
we get there?
The donkey in Buffalo made this comment compared.
Oh, about the 9/11
the 9/11.
hijackers.
Yeah. The point is you can't.
There's no need to glorify any of that.
Yeah, that should not come up in any conversation. As far as I'm concerned, that involves any kind of team building or anything like that.
Right, exactly. That's not how you build culture.
Not how you build the kind of character we're talking about here.
But
anyway,
but I feel like I feel like they're the better team there.
Buffalo is the better team and they're going to win. But the thing is, like, I don't like either of these coaches. But And I know
Sean
and
Payton has
Payton-
showed some stuff.
Payton's a better coach than this guy. The problem with this guy, besides that dumbassery, is that he acts like he's won 6 Super Bowls. He carries himself. Yeah, not Peyton. Peyton's won one. Peyton can walk all he wants. He's got a ring. This guy, the Buffalo coach, he hasn't been to a conference championship.
You think he acts like that?
He does. He's always acted like that.
I've never seen him.
I've seen it on a few occasions.
Sean Payton acts like he's won 6.
No, he's got one at least. This guy hasn't even been to a conference championship. So that's the thing about him. He puts the cart before. Like, you aren't there, dude. Don't start acting like you're Bill Belichick or fucking Bill Parcells. You're not in that class.
Giannis Dean,
how about you get to one first, okay? But anyway, the point is Buffalo's going to win that game.
Did you see that? I'm sorry to change the subject.
No, I didn't see.
Giannis just clamped on Wemby.
Giannis is 7'2". He's not small. Not small. Not small. Anyway, so that brings us to what's the next game? What's that 4:00 game?
So we're both saying, the
We're
4
both saying
o'clock
Buffalo.
game is the big kahuna.
Oh, this is the big one.
It's Green Bay, Philly, and Philly.
Now, you said he practiced.
I heard, yeah.
And they said no hiccups,
ESPN
no.
said Hurts looks sharp in parentheses in practice.
Are we talking like a sharp cheddar? Talking like a knife?
No, I'm
Just kinda
talking like
polish
a shop screen on a big TV.
Oh, that's sharp.
Shop.
That's sharp.
I'm talking 75 sharp inches. HD. Eagles Hurts looks sharp in return to practice. Let's see what they.
Okay.
Oh, and this is coming from Sal Pal, I think.
Sal Pal knows his shit.
So he practiced in limited capacity as the Eagles began their on-field preparation for the Wildcard game, further signaling his progress through the concussion protocol.
Giannis flushed on Wemby again.
I'm trying to see if they say whether or not, like, if he's actually cleared the protocol yet. I don't think he has.
But he practiced. Oh, okay.
Oh, so here's the rule. Per the NFL's health and safety rule book, a team physician can clear a player for contact once he has established his ability to participate in non-contact football activity, including practice, without recurrence of symptoms.
Okay, makes sense.
So if Hurts gets through practice tomorrow, he feels good,
They'll run the test again.
then he could be cleared
Yeah.
to practice in contact.
Okay. Well, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
So this. Well, they do have Sunday though. They have a couple days.
Yeah.
They have,
So they could technically get a practice in on Friday.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they have time. Okay, they have time. But anyway,
But it's not guaranteed.
no, Green Bay has a very explosive offense, and they can run it down your throat, or they can throw it over you. So their
Their
offensive
run game is different.
Their
this year.
their offensive line
Jacobs.
is. I'll tell you what, that NFC North, man. Fucking
That's the best division we've seen in a while.
in a while. This team is 12-5, by the way. this Washington team, what a bunch of bums.
Dude, and if the Bears didn't have a rookie quarterback,
The Bears started out
they'd be a
4-1.
good fucking team.
The Bears started out 4-1. People forget they lost 10 in a row. Or whatever it was. Yeah, I mean,
and they lost some fucking heartbreakers. The Hail Mary,
Washington.
that kind of that tailspin their season.
They you look at some of their losses. Yeah, they should.
That loss
they
torpedoed them.
They could have been better. Could have. So
Yeah, not 12 wins, but
no, but they
7,
weren't. I don't
6.
think they were. They were better than their record. Yeah. So again, but I blame that on the quarterback.
Well, also coaching. He's a young quarterback.
Well, again, the Bears need to, and we talked about this. They got to hire. They got to find the right coach and the right GM. They can't fuck this up again because this kid will be a bust if you don't fix this.
Because, like
now.
you said, he's got the talent.
He's got all the
to be a
talent.
good
You got to get
quarterback.
somebody to get him up, change him up here, and you got to find a coach to do that. And only a good coach can. So you got to find the right coach. I'll tell you right now, Bill Belichick would have been a great thing for him. Bill Belichick, I know, would fix this kid mentally. Because if he didn't, he'd fucking bench his ass and embarrass him, and he wouldn't fucking care how he did it. Belichick don't give a fuck. Yeah. So that's the only thing I'll say about him. He is the definition of cold when it comes to players. See Tom Brady, okay? So
You're old.
yeah, you're old. You're not good anymore. Okay, watch this, Bill.
Dude. But
But
part of me feels like this has a chance to happen, the Green Bay Packers winning. And part of me is just going to pick it either way because I want to root against the Eagles.
well, you don't want to see Saquon go there or even get a chance to go there.
It
'cause
would
that
be nice to see Green Bay bottle him up and Green Bay win. That would make me feel
Well,
pretty good.
I'll tell you right now, that's going to determine the game.
Yeah.
I will say that. If the Packers can somehow contain,
they
can contain him and hold him under 100 yards, they've got a very.
I
good
think
chance.
even if you hold him to 100, you're actually
I'm saying he's averaging. He was 100 away from Eric Dickerson.
right. Like you don't want him to get 140.
No. If you keep him between 80 and 100, I think you can win.
Yeah,
I think you can. So
they lost Watson. Did you see that?
Who, Philly?
No, the Packers. Christian Watson,
the receiver.
Yeah, now, he wasn't their one.
No, but he's good.
But he's a good receiver.
No, they've got to tell you. And by the way, this is the other thing. Jordan Love is due. He's kind of been mediocre for about a month now.
Yeah,
he is due for one of
he
these
healthy,
games.
Though?
Huh? I don't know, but that may be part of it. But I know
he
this.
tweaked his knee in that last game.
He is due for one of these 300-yard, 4-touchdown passing games. He's due. And they certainly still have more than enough weapons to do it.
Well, they did it to Dallas last year.
Yeah, that was.
They went into Dallas. That's not as hard a place to play as Philly. Especially, I think this Philly team is better.
They are.
But I like the Packers.
I like the Packers as well.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because I think they're gonna find a way to at least limit what Barkley does. And again, I don't know where Jalen Hurts is.
Well,
I don't know where he is.
And think about it. Even if he comes back, he's been off for 2 weeks.
He's been off. He's not going to come back and throw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that.
It's going to be hard for him to find his rhythm in the first half.
I mean, if I'm Green Bay, I'm going to make them you got to get him in 3rd and long, and say, you're going to have to throw it, and make him throw into tight windows and get him in it and rattle his cage.
How do you stop Saquon though? Do you run blitz?
I would, first down, I play it straight up.
Because you have to be careful to play action.
If I was a defensive coordinator against this guy, this is what I would do. First down, you play your base defense, straight up. And then...
What does that mean?
It means if base nickel, you got... Right now, a base defense used to be like a 5-2 with 4 linemen and 2 linebackers. Now a nickel is 1 linebacker and 5 defensive backs. So a base nickel is kind of the base defense now because everybody throws it.
So it's
now,
2 linemen.
Yeah, the problem with this is that Philly is a run-first football team, which will eat up a base nickel. So I think you run blitz on first down. Because
try to get them to pass the ball.
You want to get them in 2nd and long. Because if you stay in a base nickel, they're going to get 5 yards a pop.
And the way to stop Saquon is in the backfield.
Yeah.
Once he gets going, that's why he didn't do this on the Giants.
Yeah.
Now, because our line stunk.
If you can make Saquon, to his point, change direction in the backfield,
you can stop.
You can stop him because the pursuit can get to him. If he has to go back away from where the play, that's when you can get him.
Dude, if Saquon
but if he hits the hole,
1.5 blocks.
Yeah, but if he hits the hole, it's going to be a 10-yard rip. Yeah. It is. It's going to be a 10-yard rip.
Or if you don't
because
he's going to
make the first guy miss or run over the first guy, and it's like it's that you got to get him. You got to get them in 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Or 2nd and 11.
Line for Philly, man.
But again, you can. Here's the cool thing about a base nickel. You can show a base nickel like it's the pass, and you can blitz off this.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it where you can disguise it and maybe get a guy free if you know which side the play is flowing to. But to his point, you've got to make him change direction behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, and the thing is with the run blitz, the reason you do that is because if they do the play action, you're blitzing.
Yeah.
So you just keep going.
Keep going.
And you hopefully tackle him for a loss.
And what I never understood, and again, I don't know how good Green Bay's cornerbacks are, but
I think
what you have to do, and I don't see enough teams do this. The Patriots were great at it. Whenever the Patriots used to blitz back in the day, they didn't blitz often, but they always did it like on 3rd down and you're in the red zone. This is how you kick a field goal. This is when they shock you. And what they would do is they would show, prevent, because the Pats were so used to laying back. So you think it, and all of a sudden at the last minute, a guy who's lined up man in slot all of a sudden creeps into the corner. And then he comes off the edge, and then he blitzes, and then the linebacker drops back, so you take away the hot route. My point is, the Patriots also had a lockdown corner on Ty Law, and then they had Asante Samuel.
So what? They just come up, play press coverage.
Well, you want to force a guy who's running backwards to throw the ball. That is a very, very, very hard pass to complete. Don't give him the quick slant, because he can throw that from the line of scrimmage. Even if these guys are all strong now, they can throw this backing up. You got to take away the hot route and make them throw long. And the safety has to be in the middle field, just waiting. Where's it going? and tight man, and take away the quick three. If Green Bay does that, and they get because they have a chance to beat this team.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where Jalen Hurts is, but I know this: if he has to throw backwards and it's going to be deep, I would take my chances with that all day long, with any quarterback. Really.
Or if he's got to go through a lot of reads, coming off 2 weeks sitting on the bench could be rough.
You got to know where the hot route is, and that usually is going to come off the side you blitz off of. So take away and if there's nobody over there, it's a quick slant.
Yeah.
You got to take it away and force the double move out and make him throw the fade right.
It's tough when you got fucking Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Well, you're doubling him, but or you're playing 2 safeties up and you're bringing 7. So basically you're double teaming the outside guys. But that's where you either bring the guy up the middle, or if there's a tight end in the equation and they're releasing the tight end, you blitz the corner and the linebacker drops back to the side. The tight end is on. That's the other way to disguise this. And again, the safeties have free reign here, because the safeties are going to wait and see where they're going, and then, all right, which one am I taking away? And if they see the hot route, they can do that. So,
all right, let's go to the Sunday night game. My hands are about to fall off.
My hands are falling off. Fuck. What is the Sunday game? There it is, America.
What?
I don't know. What's the Sunday night game?
The Sunday night game.
Because they have a Monday night game too.
Is the Commanders, isn't it?
Yes, the Commanders and the Tampa Bay, right?
That's right.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Where is it? It's in Tampa, right? They won the division. I got to go with Baker here.
Yeah, I know.
As hard as this is.
Every time I go against Baker, he wins.
That means every time you go with him, he loses.
No. No, because I finally went with him in fantasy.
That's true.
He won.
Yeah, true.
And I started picking the Bucks halfway through the season.
But the thing is, here's the other problem, though. The Jaden Daniels is one of these dudes. He's one of these dudes. He's like a
Can win the game on his own.
Yeah, he's a Josh Allen type. He can pull 3 plays out of his ass that you can't defend. That's the thing.
Here's my concern about him. Can't remember who they played on like Thursday night or Monday Night Football.
Falcons.
Falcons?
Yeah.
He's taking hits he shouldn't take.
I agree.
And that I really would hate for something like that, like what happened to RG3 when he was with Washington.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good, he doesn't have to run as much as he's been running.
Yeah.
Get down, get out of bounds. This part of me wants to pick the Commanders. I feel like the Commanders beat them in Tampa this year.
I forget what they played.
And that was before
they played, and they had Godwin.
Washington was as good.
Yeah, and they had Godwin, I think.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm saying, hold on.
So that kind of makes
let
me
me go
lean
to
Washington.
let me look at Washington's schedule here. 12-5. These bums. Thing is, they're 12-5, and they had Philly in their division, and Tampa was 10-7, and their division kind of stunk. So they play in the better division, I think, than Tampa also. But let me just look.
Well,
they do.
Yeah.
Philly.
I know, but the rest of our division stinks. The Cowboys and the Giants.
They lost at Tampa Bay.
They lost to Tampa
back in September.
And what was the score?
37-20.
Oof.
Now,
Tampa's
again,
not as good as that.
Again, Chris Godwin was on that field. He's not on the field now.
Yeah.
And Chris Godwin is a Pro Bowl receiver.
And that was what, like the second or third game?
It was early in the
for
season.
Jaden Daniels.
I think the Commanders are a much better team now than they were.
I know.
And that's why I'm going to pick them.
You're picking the Commanders now?
I said Baker has an edge.
I thought you said you were going to go with Baker.
No, I said what's making me think about going with Baker is this, and this. But Chris Godwin is out.
Yeah.
This is a much different Commanders team than the first one they played.
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't run too much.
I think Jaden Daniels is better now than he was the first time they played.
Without a doubt.
So I think that he's going to make a play. This is going to be another great game, by the way. He's going to make a play that's going to win it.
Commodores.
Commodores would be better.
Would be sick.
That'd be kind of cool.
Washington Commodores, dude. That's what they should fucking do.
They always play one of those songs when they come out. That'd be kind of
Commodores.
badass. All right, what's the Monday night game?
The Monday night game is the Rams and the Vikings.
Oh, Jesus. Fireworks.
Yeah. That is a lot of fucking passing.
Laser show. Laser show. Both, yeah. This is going to be one of those.
I look at this as like Minnesota to me is the better team, But it's similar to the Washington situation in that the Rams are finally like what they can be.
They're finally healthy.
Right. They have all their pieces.
They're
So
healthy.
so it's hard to say Minnesota's the better team than them because the Rams haven't had this team all year. But now they've got it.
It is kind of hard, and this is with all due respect to Sam Darnold, because to me he's proven himself. But you're going up against Matthew Stafford and McVay.
Yeah.
And this Minnesota coach hasn't proven. And I know I think he's a good coach.
Yeah,
he seems
to be a good coach.
I think he can coach. But I haven't seen him do anything like McVay has done yet.
Well, yeah, he'd have to win one.
I haven't seen him win one with his. Yeah.
Well, I think
I've seen.
I think taking this team to a championship game or a Super Bowl would be
Huge.
Super impressive.
Yes, it would be.
Because his roster's it's good. It's
no one had them doing
Yeah.
this, even with the kid from Michigan.
Yeah.
No one had them doing this. To be 14-3
after losing Cousins, but that might have been a good thing for them.
in that division.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got rid of Kirk.
This
at
is
the right
this is
time.
the conundrum with this matchup because the Rams finally look healthy. That is Matthew Stafford. That is McVay.
And that is Cooper Kupp.
That's Cooper
And
Kupp.
that is
Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
And that running back ain't no joke either.
Who do they have? Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams. He's a stud. This kid. No one talks about this kid. He's another
Dude,
one.
there's some running backs that come out of nowhere.
I'm saying I thought this was a resurgent year for the running backs, and that was without McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I think the running back thing, people cover each other. That position doesn't mean. It was almost like they all heard it. I mean, they were all factors this year, and they're all going to be factors in the playoffs, I might add. So this is why this game is a conundrum. And by the way, a lot of points are going to get scored. Because I would not want to be defending either of these offenses right now.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. I mean, Detroit the other night, I mean, that was a pretty impressive performance. It really was. I don't know that the Rams can do that. For them,
I know, but the
Detroit did.
only other part is, did that hurt Sam Darnold's confidence or anything like that? Because he didn't have a good
This
game.
is the other problem. This is his first playoff.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is a seasoned. He's won a Super Bowl.
And he's got Cooper Kupp with him.
He's got his. Yeah, this is the thing.
And his coach.
Yeah, his
It's
coach.
like he's in the comfortable spot.
I'm saying he's got the better coach. Now, once again, I think the kid can coach in Minnesota. I don't think he's McVay yet. Yeah. And if you're talking about the quarterbacks, the check goes in the Rams aisle. The receivers are a wash. As good as Jefferson is, they got these two guys, Cooper Kupp, who won the Triple Crown, by the way, as a receiver, and Puka Nacua. These are studs.
But at this point, Jefferson best receiver.
He
out
is.
of that bunch.
He is, but it's not a landslide.
Yeah. And then Addison
And-
probably isn't as good as Puka
No,
or Kupp.
he is not as good. No, he's not.
He's good,
He is, but
their tight end.
yep, Hockenstein.
that-
No, he's
Hawkinson.
gone. Hawkinson.
He's better than who's on the other side.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is
I
it
could
like
look.
Tyler Higbee or something? I don't know. Dude, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm frozen. I have confirmed that piss does freeze.
I told you.
I'm a block of ice right now.
And he's not a moose.
It's wetting.
So anyway, who are you picking? Minnesota or the Rams?
I'm going to go with Minnesota because I feel like that defense can do some things. Brian Flores has been pretty good.
I'm going to go with the Rams in an upset. I just have a feeling that these two are going to surprise somebody. That
They're at home, though.
They're at home, too. This is the other thing. I would never have picked the Rams.
So it's
in
not
Minnesota.
as big an upset if they win.
I don't think it's an upset at all, given the way they've played over the last 6 weeks. So, but we'll see. It's going to be a hell of a game. Anyway, that's going to do it for our show tonight. He's got to piss. I got to warm up. But we will see you guys. Good luck. Enjoy the football weekend. We will see you guys on the flip side on Monday or Sunday night, whatever. For the Data Bowl and the Highly Questionable, you know the drill, boys and girls.
Peace and love.
And technology.